Hey guys, how you doing today? So we have a scan tool review today. I finally got a hold of one of the Thinkscan 689BT scan tools by Thinkcar, and this is a pretty popular scan tool right now. So I've been curious to get my hands on one and give it a try. So we're going to hook this to my truck here in just a second, but first let's take a look at what you get. It does come in a case. A little bit about the specs. This is an 8-inch touchscreen scan tool. It has a quad-core 2 gigahertz processor, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of ROM, 2.4 and 5G Wi-Fi, 5.0 Bluetooth, Android 10, 34 special function or resets, and probably one of the most important things about this particular scan tool, free lifetime updates. So this is going to be a game changer, guys, because this scanner, you're never going to have to pay for updates. And take a look at that. I mean, as far as the screen, you just got this small border here on the top and bottom, and then the sides you've got the rubberized grips. Top, you got your power button, you got a USB A and C. Does have a kickstand. And one unique thing about it is the VCI magnetically attaches to the back of it. Now, you'd still want to be careful about knocking it off. It will, by the way, only go on one way. But it is a nice little feature to have there on the scanner itself. But before I turn that on, let's see what else you get here. Now, when I first pulled this out of the box, I noticed it had a Ethernet cable. And I thought, what? Well, the reason it's got an Ethernet cable is because it's got a little adapter here so that you can connect this through the Ethernet cable for DOIP diagnostics. So, pretty cool little deal there. You've got your adapter here so that you can also connect it to this connector here. Got your USB cable. It does come with an adapter. This is a worldwide scanner, so it's got an adapter here, your charging brick with different country plugs so that you can use it around the world. So let's take a look at this scan tool. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is get rid of this. All right, guys, so when you first get it out of the box, you're going to have this little icon for service, and I don't want that on the screen. So if you go over here to settings and you go to universal, you can turn that off and it'll get rid of that. So that's the first thing that I did. Now, we're just going to walk through all the icons, and then we're going to connect it to my truck. So first we're going to click diagnose. So you'll see you got auto search for the VIN, you got diagnose, OBD, history, report, and feedback. And then we're going to go to maintenance. Now, whenever you've got more on the screen than what the screen will allow, as far as these icons, the little box to the right, if you click that, it'll list everything. And that's my preference to read through everything. So we'll go back. We'll go to upgrade. You got vehicle diagnostic software and maintenance software. Maintenance software is all your resets or what I call special functions. You got 34 different special functions. The diagnostic software is all the individual cars. You go to more. First thing, settings. We're going to get into settings. Then you've got online service. Now, I don't know what the difference between online service and feedback is. I think feedback, you're just sending like feedback as to whether or not there's a problem with the scan tool. Online service is if you're having a problem that you're wanting to try to get fixed right now. You can do the online service. I don't think that is so that they will help you troubleshoot a car. I've seen videos on other scan tools where people think that that is so, if they don't know what or know how to fix a car, they think that the scan tool manufacturer is going to come online and walk them through troubleshooting tips. That is not what that is, I don't think. Of course, got your user manual, OBD fault code library, your coverage list, modules. Let's go ahead and go into that. So if you take a look at this, you got where you can buy and pair Thinkcar's TPMS tool. They got a video scope, an oscilloscope, a printer, and their battery tester. Gadget was Chrome. Don't know why they call it Gadget. Remote assistance, and that's what I was talking about. I don't know the difference between remote assistance and online service. It says technical support through online customer service. Get technical support through remote diagnostic tool. Please select different remote diagnostic tools according to your region. So, yeah, I don't know. Here, let's click it and see. Remote desktop, remote controller. So, yeah, see, it sounds to me like if you're having a problem with the actual tablet, that's where that's going to come in. And if you hit the little box to the right, it lists everything right there. So let's go into settings real quick. There's the serial number of this tool. I've got the screen recorder up and going. Now, this is a FCA auto off compatible scanner. So if you click that, now I have already registered this tool on the AutoAuth website, but you can also buy through the scanner's web interface right here. I've already got an account with AutoAuth, so I went ahead and registered this tool. I won't know if that's going to work until I get a 2018 or newer Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep vehicle to see how this scanner will work. And as soon as I get one, I'll show you whether or not it works okay. It's also got Renault. You can do the same thing through their security gateway. Feedback, customer management, VCI, universal. Whoop. The USB connection mode. If you want to connect this scan tool to your computer, which I do regularly, that's how I get the files off of my scan tools onto the computer so that I can do the overlay on these videos. You click the USB connection mode, and then that allows your computer to see the tool, and you're able to transfer files back and forth. What else we got here? Cast screen. Of course, you got about. Okay, so anyway, now that we've done that, oh, also the 4 little lines up at the top, if you click those, it lists everything that we just went through, but it's all over here on the left, so that you can just kind of scroll through, see what you want to see, and click, right then. For instance, there's settings, there's the user manual, coverage list, or you can go through all the different steps right here. So let's go connect this up to my truck. We're going to scan the truck, and we'll do a couple bi-directional controls. All right, guys, so the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to do the auto search. Nice little graphical representation there. Okay, so I'm just going to do automatically search. I'm going to hit yes. I'm going to hit health report. Now, this scan tool does not have topology. I've been saying for years that topology is overrated. I actually did a video a few weeks back comparing topology on a couple scan tools I have to see how accurate they were. And you might want to watch those videos. I'll throw the link up in the upper right corner of the screen. Looks like this has got the little timer over to the right that shows you how long it takes for it to scan through the all the different modules. The fact that this has free updates, guys, is huge. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people don't think it's a big deal, but after 2 or 3 years of your free updates, and then 1 or 2 years after that, whenever you are wanting to update your tool, and you've got to fork out another $200 or $300 for updates, this is going to be free. So that's going to be nice that you've still got all the bidirectional features and special functions that this scanner's got, and you're not going to have to pay for that. Now, this truck doesn't get driven a whole lot anymore. The battery gets pretty weak to where it'll barely start the vehicle, and I'm sure that that's probably where a lot of these faults are coming from. So I'm going to clear these faults out. You can see you've got report, clear DTCs, and you can rescan. I'm just going to hit clear DTCs, and we're going to let this thing clear all those out and make sure nothing comes back. And then if something does, I'll take a look at it then. But like I say, this truck sits more than it's driven. And then we'll get in, we'll check the graphing. 'Cause to me, that's pretty important. If you're troubleshooting certain systems, you want to be able to graph it, and you want it to be nice and smooth. And we'll also do a couple bidirectional functions. Okay, so this has still got the electronic brake control module, invalid data received from body control module. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Now let's get that off the deal there. And let's go into, I'll do a walkthrough with this tool with all the different functions, special functions, and active test on this truck in a different video. But right now we're just going to get into like 1 or 2 modules. We'll see what the bidirectional, if the bidirectional functions work flawlessly like they should, and then we'll go from there. So this is the body control module. I want to go into actuation test, and let's see what we can do that you guys will be able to see. Windows, we'll do Windows, and I'm just going to do the driver's window, and I'm going to push down. I'm sure you're hearing that, probably seeing the I'm going to go up. Actually, I'm going to do express up. So there's that. Let's go back and let's do, there's wipers. Does it have door locks? What's, not under chassis. Door locks might be on a different module. Vehicle access, that's going to be all doors locked and unlocked. So let's do that. And I'm going to hit passenger door, driver's door, all doors locked. And there they are. Driver's door unlocked. And there it is. So the bidirectional function seems to work fine. Let's go over here under, well, let's take a look at special functions. Add, replace key fobs, brake pedal learn, clear driver window learn values. And did I scroll through? Yeah, I think I scrolled through all the bidirectional controls there. Now let's go over here to engine control module. It's got the M5U transmission. First thing we'll do, we'll just go into special functions. We'll look at learn functions. I'll let you take a look at that. And then we'll go into reset functions. Let you take a look at that. And then we'll go into actuation test. I'll let you take a look at those. And then the only other thing I want to do, we're going to go into read data stream. Let's see here. We'll take a look at the oxygen sensors. They should move whenever we give it a little bit of gas. How many PIDs we got here? We got quite a few there. So let's take a look. Give me a second to pick a few of these out. I don't know how many graphs you can have up on the screen, so I'm going to pick 12 to start with. All right, guys, so I don't know how many I picked. There's more than 12, I think. Or is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did I hit 12? Looks like 13. I'm going to hit OK. It doesn't tell you how many you've picked, which is no big deal. Okay, I picked 14. So I like that it's got the metric and the imperial. So I can switch it over to metric right then or right there on the fly. I can pick, go back and forth. And the reason that's important is, so down here, mass airflow sensor. I don't like pounds per hour. I don't know what pounds per hour, I don't know good numbers under pounds per hour, but if you go metric, grams per second is what I'm familiar with. And that's, I believe that's what most mass airflow sensors are read in, is grams per second. Now you've got the down arrow. If you click that, it gives you different measurements, different types of measurements. So you got grams per second and kilograms per hour. Grams per second is normally what I like. But again, depending on what you're looking at, if you wanted to go back up and look at something else that it looks like everything's probably a normal imperial things anyway, but if you wanted to change that, you just hit imperial and then you've got it. So I do like that. So right now what I want to do is I want to see how many graphs we can get. So I'm going to hit graph. We got 14 PIDs picked. So it looks like you can have 4 up on the screen at any given time. Now the little arrow over on the right, if you click that, well, whoops. If you click that, it'll scroll out and you can deselect or select other PIDs. So we're going to deselect those 4. Okay, come on. I don't need to. And I'm going to select 4 O2 sensors. Now you just tap anywhere on the screen and those go away. And I'm going to rev it up a little bit, see if we can get some movement going there. Now if you want to see one bigger, you just tap it and it'll be full screen. There's 4 overlaid on top of one another. The graphing looks smooth, responsive. It looks like it's actually a usable graphing ability. And again, you can save this sample. You can combine it. If you go back to value is just where it's just listed there like it is from the start. You can do a report, or you can record this. And that's important in case you're trying to troubleshoot something while you're driving. You can hit record, throw the scan tool over in the passenger seat and drive around the block a couple times or whatever, and then come back and you can look at everything, as needed. So the graphing's nice. The bi-directional ability seems good. I like the layout. This is going to be a good scan tool, I think. It's going to be a scan tool that other manufacturers, I think, are going to have problems with, because I've got scanners that have the same functions that this one's got, that after the free updates are done, you're going to be expected to buy a 1-year update and have to pay for that, but not with this one. So anyway, stay tuned, because I will be doing other videos on this scan tool to make sure that it does everything that it should do. Let's take a look at the common functions real quick. Okay, so what it just did is it scanned all the modules and it determined what special functions this scan tool has on this vehicle and all the different modules. So you don't have to go into a module, click on something, only to find out that it's not supported on this vehicle, or this vehicle doesn't support it. So this is everything that you can do with this scan tool on this vehicle. Anyway, let's get out of this. I want to make sure that I'm not leaving anything out. Gives you that little warning to make sure you don't forget and leave the VCI stuck in. The diagnosis, this is usually where you're just going to manually pick the year, make, and model of the vehicle instead of doing the auto scan. OBD, this is kind of important. I've had a lot of people ask me about this. On any of these scan tools, if you want to get into your IM readiness, it's under the generic OBD function. So you're going to click OBD. On a lot of scan tools, you go into diagnosis, and then it's got the generic OBD2 button. You're going to click it there. This is going to scan down through, figure out what protocol this truck uses. Now you can see right here, before you even get into the IM readiness, it says readiness completed 8, readiness not completed 0. So right there, at this point, I know that this truck would be good to go for a state inspection. They're not going to gig me on the IM readiness not being ready. Now, if you hit enter, now you're at the menu where you got your mode 6, you got your IM readiness up at the top. You can read live data, which it's just going to have generic OBD2 live data. It's not going to have manufacturer specific. We'll go ahead and click there into the IM readiness. Then you go into whichever one of those you want. This is since DTC has been cleared, and you can see all your different IM readiness PIDs or systems, and it'll show you which ones are ready, which ones are not supported, and which ones are not ready. Anyway, that's pretty much it, guys, for this scan tool. I don't want to get it any longer than it is. But this is a, man, it looks like this is going to be a pretty good scan tool with free lifetime updates, and the compactness and the thinness of it really feels good in your hand. Anyway, the one thing that I failed to mention, you may have caught it whenever I turned it around, it does not have a camera on the back. Now, I'll be honest, I think I've only snapped a picture with my scan tool maybe once in the past 5 years. So to me, a camera on the back of a scan tool, some people might use it all the time. You know, I mean, if you're a business, you might want to snap pictures of the VIN number or the inspection sticker, the tags, whatever. For me and what I do, I don't use the camera. And if I had to take a picture, I could just use my phone. But anyway, we're done. You guys take care. This is the Thinkscan 689BT scan tool from Thinkcar. You guys take care.